Hi everyone, today is summer course day. I know they're coming up very soon, so I really wanted to do a video to help you all out. So this is the complete guide to summer courses. I'm going to tell you what to do, what not to do, some tips and tricks, how to make the most out of it, as well as some of my summer course experiences. So grab a pen and paper and let's go. So the first thing I want to do is give you all my summer course history, simply because I know it sometimes seems that professionals are very unattainable and that we're all these different people, but we are exactly like you. We all went to summer courses, we all loved summer courses, we all hated summer courses, so it's just, I want to show you all that you can get here. So the first summer I had, my big first summer course, I was 11. Up until that point, I just took classes at my ballet school in the summer. At 11, I went to the Joffrey Ballet School in New York City. One of the most fun summers. I was there for 4 weeks. I was in the level trainee 1. I don't know what the levels are now. That was eons ago. And I had my very first pas de deux class, my very first big point class. My mother and I practically went broke on seeing Broadway shows and shopping. I mean, it was just the best first summer I could have asked for. So then when I was 12, I went to CPYB. I think all of you know what CPYB is. If you want an intense summer, go to CPYB. I was in level D5. All of my classes were at the barn. And again, I don't know what the levels are these days. I had Marcia a lot. I had Darla Hoover a lot. I was with all the year-round kids, so that was a very, very intense summer. I met a dear friend of mine, Samantha Galler, who is now in the Miami City Ballet that summer. Hi, Sam. So that was a building summer for me. The following year at 13, I went on scholarship to SAB. My very first time at SAB. I was in level 2, so that was really fun. I was clueless at that point. At SAB, it's an entirely different summer for the lower levels than the upper levels. The upper levels, they're looking at you to see if they want to take you for the year-round course. Lower levels, it was pure technique building and just fun. There were a lot of great dorm activities. It was my first time in a dorm. And I had some wonderful teachers who I ended up having when I was at the school for the year. I had Katrina Killian, Cheryl Ware. I had Susie Pilar once a week, who we were terrified of. Now I love her dearly. We had Kremerovsky. So just some really great classes that summer. The following year, when I was 14, I went to the Houston Ballet summer course. That was the hardest I had ever worked in my entire life. If you want an intense summer, it's 6 weeks. I got so strong there, it completely changed my technique as a dancer. I loved Houston Ballet summer course. I was in level 7. Again, don't know what the levels are, but I know at 7, at 14, that was a bit of a stretch. But we had repertoire, we had point, we had pas de deux, amazing pas de deux class with Claudio Munez. And I had Clara Cravey. I had just some fantastic teachers. We learned all these different ballets. It was just wonderful. I loved Houston Ballet. Then the last year, when I was 15, I went back to SAB. This time I was in level 6. There were 6 levels at the time. Now there are 7. But I was blessed to be in the top level. And had all of the big teachers there. Kay Mazo, Suki Shore, Susie again, who this time we all loved. Darcy a few times, Darcy Kistler. And that was the summer where they asked me to stay. Again, as I mentioned earlier, entirely different summer than the first time I was at SAB. Very intense, very strength building, because it's different for the older kids. Then I stayed at SAB for 2 years for the year-round program. After my first year, I was about to audition for summer courses, and they said, please just stay right here. We really want to keep you here. So I took the SAB summer course again after I had done the year-round program. So that was great, because I actually felt like I knew what I was doing. And then after my second year at SAB, I got taken into the company. So really my last big summer course was at 15, and then I stayed. So again, I wanted to share that with all of you. You've seen some of the photos as I've been talking, to let you know that we all have been there. So now it's time for you. Grab that pen and paper, and here are my big summer course tips. Okay, tip number 1, and this is probably the most important. Absorb everything, every comment, every class, every teacher. That is how you are going to get the most out of your summer course. This is a very cliche thing to say, but if a teacher is correcting another student, apply it to yourself. 5 weeks are usually the time for summer courses, and that's not a very long time at all. And the first week is sort of kind of bizarre because they're learning about you, learning your strengths, your weaknesses, your names. It can get very overwhelming for the teachers, so the first week is kind of just to get the lay of the land. And oftentimes the teacher won't talk to you for 2 or 3 days because nowadays these classes are so packed. There might be like 40 to 50 of you in a class. So again, take someone else's corrections and apply them to yourself. Write them all down at the end of the day. I did that a few summers. It helped tremendously because, again, that is how you're going to get better, is to apply your corrections. Also, take one class at a time. I know it can be very daunting to have, think, okay, I have 4 classes today, technique, point, variations, and then I have that. It can get very overwhelming. So take one element at a time. So if you're going into a point class, say, okay, this is my point class. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to work on this. I need to worry about my placement, whatever it is. Take one element at a time because then you can really focus on what you're doing. Tip number 2, be friendly and really enjoy making friends with all the other students. If you are one of those people that keeps to yourself, I'm going to do my own thing and I'm not going to talk to anyone, I'm not here to make friends, you all know that type. It's going to be a very long summer. People like friendly classmates. Now, I was one of those kids that never had a lot of friends, and I was in 15 groups and we did all this stuff. I had a couple of friends that made my summer course so wonderful. As I mentioned, Samantha Galler at CPYB, had a couple great friends at SAB and Houston Ballet. We did things together. It made it so much more wonderful, and you really get a lot out of it, talking to them about what you need to work on, what you improved, what you liked that day. It just is wonderful. And this is the day of social media, so you can keep up with these people. It's not as if you're never going to talk to them again. So it's really, really helpful to be friendly and participate in the dorm activities or the field trips or things. Those things were designed to enrich your summer course. They were created and are put on the schedule and the itinerary for you. So make sure you, again, participate and be friendly. Also be friendly to your teachers. I've never taught at a summer course, but I have taught a lot of classes many a times, and I love when the kids come up to me and say thank you and smile and hi and ask me questions. That's huge because if you ask your teacher a question and are friendly, they will be much more willing to correct you and to give you more input as the summer goes along. If you are one of those kids that says thank you and leaves, they're going to be, okay, well, they're not really, they don't want to be involved. So if you are friendly to your teachers and ask them questions and are willing to learn, that will get you a very long way. Okay, tip number 3 is to eat and sleep well. Summer courses are not the places to A, either diet and lose weight, or B, have a junk food fest. Not a good idea. You really want to be well nourished and well energized for all of your classes, because then you will in turn perform better. It's sort of a kind of a no-brainer thing. So you want to be on your game for every single class. If you are trying to stay at that school for the year, or you want to come back for the next summer, you want to be memorable. So your food really translates to that. Now, I will do a specific video on what I eat and what I think is a good idea and all of that kind of thing as a separate video. But here's just a sample summer course, good diet you can have. And I don't mean diet like lose weight, but diet as in this is what to eat. Start your day with a good breakfast. You've heard all of this probably in preschool, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's true. It's absolutely true, especially in a summer course. When you have 15 classes that day, you want to be well nourished from the beginning. So either have like toast and eggs or some fruit and cereal or, yogurt and granola. Just make sure you are nourished. And it can be to your liking. If you were a vegan or can't do dairy or whatever, make it work for you. Just make it very healthy and very balanced. For lunch, I know lunch is kind of tricky because sometimes classes are right after lunch and you don't want to feel like really bloated. I remember at SAB during the year we had a class right after lunch in a white leotard. That was really fun. So you want to make sure it's still balanced, but you don't feel very bloated. So I would do, soup and a half a sandwich, or maybe a little salad, maybe a pasta salad and a sandwich, just something very balanced and maybe small in size, but dense. And then for dinner, you know, that's at the end of your day. You've had all these classes all day long. You have to replenish your muscles. You will also be less sore that way if you eat a nice dinner at the end of the day. So I would do maybe a whole grain pasta if you didn't have pasta for lunch. Whole grain pasta with vegetables and some chicken, maybe fish and rice. Maybe a little sweet here and there. You never know. It's always good to have a little treat. You know, a lot of summer courses now have what the froyo, the frozen yogurt. Very, very popular when I was at summer courses. So just make sure you replenish yourself at the end of the day. Drink lots and lots of water. You can also bring snacks. A banana, a little handful of nuts during the day, maybe to eat in between your classes. Maybe a little small yogurt. I'll be honest with you, as I said in my I will create a separate diet video. I'm not a snacker. I do 3 meals a day and I'm done. My body digests better that way. If I have a snack, I don't use up all my food. But most people do like snacks. So pack something that's, again, dense but small. And also, I'm going to be honest with you. I love being honest with all of you because I think it's really important. And to have you all hear that it wasn't all wine and roses for me. My first SAB summer course, it was the first time in the dorm. And I ate horribly. I pigged out on junk food. I was like, this is my chance. I can do whatever, it was horrible. I gained weight. I felt terrible. The teachers never said anything to me. I don't think it was as noticeable to them as it was to me. But I was so uncomfortable every class. And I regret that so much because I didn't get the most out of my classes because I spent the summer trying to hide. So, that's, again, a reason to really eat well so you feel good about yourself, so you can get the most out of your classes. Also, sleep. Don't stay up till midnight every night and expect to be, right and wonderful at 8 a.m. in the morning or whenever your class is. Really get your sleep. Make sure you get it, try and get 7 to 8 hours. It's so important. Again, it gives your body a time to readjust and to heal itself, and so you'll be less sore and you'll be ready to go the next day. Tip 4, attend every seminar that is given. They are designed for you. They were created for you. These people took time out of their lives to come tell you all of this information. You will learn so much. I still remember things I learned at summer courses. There are nutrition seminars, injury seminars, strength seminars. I loved the strength seminars. I learned all kinds of exercises I could do. Some of my other favorites were meeting dancers when I was at SAB. I remember Alexander Antonelli came and talked to us. Suki Shore did a whole thing. It was just great. I was a complete seminar freak. So be a seminar freak. It's fine. If anybody gives you a hard time, you tell them I was too. You tell them to come watch this video and come talk to me. So attend your seminars, as well as other activities. I know sometimes you have to pay for them, but just try and be involved as much as you can because it will enrich your summer course and you will get so much more out of it. The other thing about activities is it takes your brain out of ballet. You can get so wrapped up in your classes and look at me, I'm perfect and I want to be the best. If you attend activities, whether they're shows or going to museums or whatever they are, it will really take your mind off of your classes so that when you come back to class, you will be refreshed and ready to work. So just be involved and take advantage of every opportunity you can. Tip 5. Take care of yourself. This kind of goes along with the eating thing, but eat well, drink lots of water, get your sleep, warm up properly, stretch properly. I've been to summer courses where we were expected to be warm at the start of class, so you could go right into it. And if you weren't warm, you were totally lost, and you were trying to get warm, and it was just, you have to be warm and ready for class. Even if you start off with a slow bar, you will get so much more out of it if you're ready to go. Do your exercises. I know I've done the feet and strengthening exercise video. I'm planning on doing a turnout one, some stretching ones, a couple of bars. Those are just things to look forward to, but make sure you are warm. I'm telling you, you will be so much happier with yourself. Because if you're not, and you're not taking care of yourself and you get injured or you're not ready, that's valuable time you've lost at a summer course. And again, they're very, very short. It's a lot of condensed time trying to learn a lot in a very short period of time. So just make sure you are ready and taking care of yourself. Be your own caretaker. Say, I have to go get my sleep. I have to stretch because I want to get the most out of this class, because that's why you're there. You are there to improve. You are there to be a better dancer. So do everything in your power to do that. Okay, my next tip is a little tricky, and that is to be memorable. But you don't want to be memorable in a bad way. I can tell you many summer courses where there were students who got up in the front and asked 15 questions, and I'm this and I'm that. That will not get you anywhere. The teachers hate that. Especially at the bigger schools, they want students who are in a good mood and willing to learn and absorb things, but that are not obnoxious. Trust me on this one, do not be obnoxious. Go in your class with a good mood, and don't, when they correct you, it's because they want to help you. They want to make you better. And so smile and say thank you or nod, or don't give them a kind of thing. That will not stand you in good stead. I have seen students who week 1 did that to a teacher, they never got a correction the rest of the summer. So take it in, know that it's constructive. That's why you're there. These teachers are professionals. They know what they're doing. They are correcting you because they want you to be better. You don't have to be perfect. They do not expect perfection. I can tell you that right now. If there was anybody who was perfect, they might as well stop. So ballet is always about getting better. But just be willing to learn and in a good mood, and that will make you popular with the teachers. Also, and I cannot stress this enough, pay attention. Learn the arms, learn the heads. If I have seen teachers practically blow up if you do the wrong arm and heads. If they gave a specific arm and a specific head and someone else did something else, that infuriates them. They really like seeing dancers who listen and can do exactly what they say. Again, they don't expect your technique to be perfect, but they expect you to know the combination. They expect you to know what head they gave, because to be a professional dancer, you have to know the difference between croisé and effacé and all of that, and the difference between arms, because you will work with choreographers that will give you choreography like that, and if you can't get it, they'll cast somebody else. So they like seeing students who absorb, learn, pay attention, and do the combination the way they gave it. Also, if you don't know the combination, unless there's a specific order, like you're numbered, which is very rare in summer courses. If you don't know the combination, go in the second group. Trust me. If you know it and you're sure of it, go in the first group. They like that. But if you don't know it, go in the second group. Trust me. That is key. Know the combinations. Because if you've auditioned, especially with the bigger schools, and you're there, you're expected to know the combination. You wouldn't be at that school if you couldn't do that. So make sure you know the combination. And again, that's going to make you memorable. Your attitude is going to make you memorable. The way you learn. Again, as I said earlier, if you're a snob and you're a smart aleck, you'll not be invited back. So they like positive and upbeat. Perfection is not a thing they're looking for. They are looking for people who want to be there. That is so, so important. And just pay attention. If your school has a dress code, like oftentimes, I know SAB used to be you could wear whatever color you want. Now it's all black. You have to wear all black or white. Wear a fun clip. Wear, just be memorable. Always look your best. Do not wear rip tights. Do not wear a leotard with a hole in it. Always look like you could be thrown out on the stage any minute. Because that shows your teachers that you want to be there. So always look like, hey, you could put me out there right now. Because in some summer courses, they'll have performances at the end, or they will do lecture demonstrations, and they pick week 1. Week 1, they cast. So always look your best. Don't ever go in there not being ready with a positive, you have to have a positive attitude, pay attention, and look your best. And you'll be memorable. So for my very last tip, which might be the most important, is to have fun. That's why you dance, right? That's why you're there. You either want to be a professional dancer or you think you do right now. So you need to have fun at your summer course. Otherwise, again, it'll be a very long summer. Really enjoy yourself. You know, take pleasure in the fact that you're at these great schools with these great teachers. Take pleasure that you're meeting friends and doing activities and things. Just really, really have a good time. Because as professionals, that's why we dance, is because we love it. You know, we don't do it for the money. We don't do it for the fabulous hours. You know, we do it because we love it. So that's exactly the same way to treat your summer course. So those are my top 7 tips. So to review, absorb everything, be friendly, eat and sleep well, attend your seminars, take care of yourself, be memorable in a good way, and of course, have fun. I will do a coordinating blog post for this. I will link below so you can go back and review if you like. But if you do all of that or try and do all of that, you will have a fantastic summer. And that's what I want for all of you. I want you all to really enjoy and improve. Summer courses are one of the best things because you can attend a school that you might not necessarily have during the year or the teacher, so it's just a great opportunity. So make sure you make the most of it. As I said, be watching for some more exercise videos, including turnout and stretching, as well as some bars. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be doing some basically bar workouts so you can follow along with me. And there will be technique specific, so be looking for all of those. Let me know how your summer course goes. I know they're just going to be starting soon. If you have any questions during your summer course, Facebook me, write a comment. I will be happy to help you. I love you all. Have the best summer, and I'll see you next time. Tip, what are we on, 5? Yeah, sorry. Drink your water. This kind of goes along with the eating. No. Summer course day. I'm going to give you the complete rundown. That was bad. We're coming up soon, so attainable, and that we're all these big, gain weight, and some people don't focus on what you're doing. Whoa. We're really, really crooked.